What's up? It's been a little while, but I wanted to chat, okay? This one's for all those parents out there, or those who want to be. I'm seeing clearly now. How there's a lot of people who really, they think that they want what's best for their children, but what they don't realize is a lot of that has been tainted by their comfort zones and limitations and preferences, and lots of things that cloud their judgment and keep them from making sound decisions for their child's development. I mean, really, if you think about it, one person and another person came together and made another person. And that person is reliant on these two people to learn about how reality works and to be supported to be as effective as possible so they can thrive when they become an adult. And with so many people, so many people choosing to parent from a starting point of what feels good for them, it leaves so much room for that child to be neglected on so many levels. It's like it could be related to a parent's reaction to, let's say, potty training a toddler, or the kind of food that they serve their family, or how they choose to go about educating their children, or how they will have somebody else raising their children from a very young age, or different belief systems that they indoctrinate with their children with. All of these different things, like, that is affecting that being's future on every level, every interaction, every point of communication, every reaction from the parent, every point of explanation or lack thereof, where how they explain something, if they explain it incorrectly or effectively, everything. It all adds up. It all affects that child. Everything. And most parents don't understand the weight of the responsibility and how, as a society, our future is shaped through the parents' decisions and choices on how they raise their children. And it's not only society's future, but it's also that individual child's future. And so often it's so easy to choose what's automatic and easy, what you were taught when you grew up, what everybody around you is doing, because it's what you know. It doesn't require you to question anything. It doesn't require you to learn anything new. It doesn't require you to go out of your comfort zone. It doesn't require you to go out of your safety net, expand your awareness, expand your network of people. It's easier to perpetuate the cycle we've been in collectively. But the reality is, that has created a world full of abuse. Look around you. Observe everything happening in this reality. It's tough. We are all equally responsible for that. Which means if we continue to live in the same way and accept and allow the same patterns, we will continue to create that abuse. But we can collectively choose to individually stop participating, choose to raise our children differently, and collectively we can start making real change in the world, like dramatic changes. And it's not easy, especially at first, because you're going against all of your programming. You're programming from all the commercials you watched as a child, from all the points of influence as far as teachers, parents, siblings, classmates, friends, your movies you watched growing up, the TV shows you watched, the music you listened to, the billboards you saw, the stores you went to. It's all there. And if we can take responsibility for those programs, and what that looks like is, first of all, you gotta be aware of what the heck's going on. Where are your thoughts coming from? Where are your reactions stemming from? Do you even know? Actually? Or have you just accepted and allowed that that's just who I am? Well, that's not who you are. Those are just the programs that you've been running. When you take responsibility for those, which if you need help doing that, reach out. Got some really effective tools that can help with that. But then you're left with the ability to fundamentally create from a point of direction and clarity and certainty and stability. And there's a lot less going on. Like, people say they've got a storm going on in their mind, or it's just all muddled up in there. There's so many different phrases for that, where people find there's just a storm. It's super loud all the time. It's difficult to pick through everything that's going on up there in your mind, the different thought thoughts that are coming up, the reactions, and you find also you don't even fully understand yourself, because you see yourself in different situations just presenting yourself automatically as like a totally different person and who you find yourself as in other situations. And you're like, why am I automatically tapping into these different characters depending on the situation where I'm not directing myself? It's automatic. It's just coming up. Or why do I get mad at these different situations that don't require anger to solve or productively walk through? You know, we should start questioning all these things, because if we want to create a generation that doesn't have to deal with all of the points of instability and reactivity and uncertainty and lack of information and lack of ability to process the information, the lack of vocabulary, like all of these things, we first have to address it within ourselves. But to even begin that, you first have to start questioning the life that we're perpetuating right now. Because if you're not questioning the life we're all perpetuating, then it's going to be difficult for you to see that anything needs to change. And you're just going to continue down a path of self-interest where you're okay with the fact that you're reacting, you have a bunch of reactivity within you. You're okay with the fact that you automatically tap into characters where you're not even directing yourself. You're okay with just doing what's easy and what comes automatically when it comes to how you parent. And you're okay with just doing what feels good in a moment instead of what would be best long term for you and your child. And that's just so unfortunate. It really is. It's unfortunate for the parent, the adult in that situation, but it's also unfortunate for the child, because that child was brought into this existence and they're here with those parents as guides, and their guides are choosing self-interest. Their guides are actively not setting them up for success, to be effective human beings in this society. That's tough. That's tough. That's not giving as you want to receive. It's not. It's not. If you were giving as you wanted to receive, then you would be doing everything you can to be the best that you can be, to raise the most effective human being you can, so they're set up for success no matter what the future looks like. We're all clear that the world is changing rapidly right now with AI, automation. Millions of jobs are just gone over the last couple of years. The online realm is dramatically shifting very quickly and will not be the way it is now. In less than 5 years, we're going to see a very different online presence. It's mainly going to be AI interaction. I mean, there's so many different things that are just dramatically shifting at a very rapid rate. And for you to expect that just running the same programs is going to support a child to effectively navigate that future where they can be directive and creative and purposeful and fulfilled, is delusional. It really is delusional. And I wanted to make this video because I was like, guys, I'm seeing clearly that we can't keep perpetuating these cycles where parents are knowingly or unknowingly choosing self-interest instead of really starting to question why they do what they do and really fundamentally reaching out to find solutions to bring stability in the home for both the parents and the child, to just start reinventing the wheel here. Let's do things a little differently. Let's start considering all life when we're making decisions. Let's consider how our lives are actually insanely valuable to the stability of the world. And our children's lives are insanely valuable to the stability of the world. And we're responsible for that, 100%. And so let's do better together, okay? That's what I wanted to share today. It's like, it's, okay, I think it's only 1 a.m. It may be 2 a.m. though. My monitor is saying 2 a.m., but we did have a time change recently, so I'm guessing it's only 1 a.m., but still. Thanks for joining me at my 1 a.m. chat. Have a fantastic day. Let's keep doing and being better together.